Hi everybody, and while I let the game's intro play, I'm gonna be explaining the rules of this challenge. Now, you guys might have seen this type of challenge before, but probably not in Soulsilver. At least I think no one's done this challenge in Soulsilver. This is a no new move challenge, which means I can't learn any new moves. Even if I have like open slots, for example, I catch a Rattata with 3 moves. If it learns another one, I can't use that another one that it learns later. It's whatever I catch with the moves that they know. That's how we're gonna do it. That's how this is gonna work. I'll be allowed to use 8-gem Pokemon, so like other Pokemon that aren't gonna be used for battling, but will be used for 8 gems. And other than that, I feel like that's all I need to say for the intro. Other than that, I'm recording and playing this. So like, I'm recording this before the challenge is started. I'm recording this while the intro's playing. So guys, wish me luck. I start the game and Professor Oak asks for my gender. So I say I'm a boy. I name myself Gan, just like I always do. And then I'm told to go outside and meet my supposed friend Lyra. Yes, I know where the lab is, Mom. Alright, while Professor Elm is talking to us about all this nonsense, I'm gonna decide my starter, and honestly, I have a very weird decision. I'm gonna choose Chikorita. And yes, you guys heard right, I'm choosing Chikorita for one reason. I want my rival to be as difficult as possible. And I think that the hardest one for us to fight will be Typhlosion. So Chikorita, the starter choice doesn't matter. I'm boxing my starter as quickly as possible anyway. So I think Chikorita is gonna make it for the hardest run. And because I said that, I'm gonna call you Hard. Here's the stats of Hard. Hard has a gentle nature, so that means that we have minus defense and plus special defense. I don't really care about that nature much. I think it's probably a bit worse. I think physical attacks are more common in the early game, and this is only going to be really used for the early game, but whatever. It's what we got. And then we also have Tackle and Growl and Overgrow as our ability. So yeah, we are definitely going to be replacing this. But I do actually have a list of the Pokemon I want to get. It's on my phone, so I can't really show you. I don't really have the wire that connects my phone to the computer right now, but I do have a list of what I want to get. So I have planned it out. I have planned before starting this challenge. I go do all the early game stuff and then challenge my rival at Cherry Grove. The battle with my rival was extremely close. Did I just say extremely? Extremely close. I was one tackle away from losing, but thankfully, instead of finishing me out with tackle, he went for Leer. So we beat him. We beat the first battle, and we learned Razor Leaf at the end too. I tell the police officers that my rival's name was Cryptic because Cryptic suggested this challenge to me. Well, not this specific challenge. He suggested me to do a challenge. Oh my gosh. I catch a Judo, but then my game starts to glitch and I get a little freaked out and save the game. What the heck is happening? Why am I glitching? I don't like this. I got the Judo, I named it Break, and then here are the stats. It has a quirky nature with the Rockhead ability with Tackle and Defense Girl. I mean, if I got a level 4 one, I would have Mud Sport, but really, I don't care about Mud Sport. I'm okay with this Judo. I'm mainly going to be using it for tanking through some early game fights. I don't think we're going to keep it around for that long, because later on, I can actually get some pretty good Judos and Grapplers. I go ahead and catch myself a Rattata and name it Alvin. Here's Alvin's stats. Alvin has a quiet nature, which is absolutely not what I want, but whatever. I'm not getting another one because it took me a long time to find a level 4 Rattata. Level 4 because I want Quick Attack. Other than that, we have Tackle and Tail Whip. Not the best. Also, our abilities Runaway. After fighting nearly every trainer that I have access to, I decided to take on Whitney, which is supposed to be the hardest gym leader in the game, supposedly. Then, against Clefairy, Sprout was able to deal with it pretty easily. It didn't metronome up anything too scary, and she managed to waste her Super Potion on it, so that's really nice. Against Miltank, I tried using Teacher, but Teacher missed Hypnosis, and then survived on 1 HP from a Stomp, But then I forgot I had a Lumberry. So even though we landed Hypnosis, Teacher went down. So when I sent in Break 2.0, it didn't go too well. It really didn't. We got flinched into Oblivion. We got immobilized, and we only got off a few rock throws that didn't really matter much. I tried sending in Marla to try paralyzing Miltank, but I couldn't. I got one shot by Stomp. I did manage to get one Growlithe thanks to Rollout missing, but I ended up fainting to one Stomp despite Growl. Finally, I sent in Kenya, and then I tried aerialing to see how much it would do, but it didn't do much and she healed. So after that, I misclicked Pursuit, then spammed a bunch of Leers, and then after that, a Fury, 3 hits of Fury attack plus a crit aerial ace finished Miltank off. That was kind of difficult, but honestly, it could have been worse. Oh, by the way, on the way to Ecruteak City, I decided to catch the Sudowoodo, and I could use this, but I'm thinking about keeping Geodude on the team. I'm thinking about keeping... Wait, actually, this Sudowoodo is probably better than the Geodude. I'm sorry, Break 2.0, but I think the Sudowoodo is better because it has low kick and a higher attack stat, and I can't turn this into a I can't turn this into a Golem, so it's gonna be better than Graveler. I think we're gonna use Sudowoodo instead of Break 2.0. Don't worry, we'll get Break 3.0 later on. Directly west of Ecruteak, I caught myself a Magnemite named it Megalo, Brave Nature, Sturdy Ability, Tackle, Thundershot, Supersonic, and Sonic Boom. I think this is pretty good. I probably will keep this the whole game just because I want to use a Magneton, because if you guys didn't know, Magneton is my fourth favorite Pokemon of all time. Alright guys, this is a Pokemon that I think is actually going to be really, really good for us. Now, I did try to catch one earlier but couldn't. The levels on our team is doing pretty well right now, 20. I'll try to evolve Sprout later and then Teacher maybe. But I'm replacing Alvin with this better one, Brittany. Because look at his moveset, Focus Energy, Bite, Pursuit, and Hyper Fang. We don't have Quick Attack anymore, but Hyper Fang is going to be amazing. I think this is going to be really strong. The team right now has some pretty good levels, but one thing is missing. We need to evolve Sprout and probably Teacher as well. Teacher I think is evolved to level 26. Besides that, I'm really liking the team right now, and it's only going to get better soon. Alright, time for another battle against Cryptic, who this time is in the Burn Tower. I lead off with Drowsy, this time knowing that he will lead with Ghastly, as I don't think it will have anything too strong, and I'm sure Confusion will be just fine. And I was right, he got a curse off, but that was fine. Same goes with Zubat, I crit him, and he missed his Supersonic. With Quilava, again the usual, he smoke screens me a bunch of times, but then I eventually landed enough Rock Throws to get the victory. Magnemite was a bit of a demon though. I tried using low kick, but it was a 3-hit KO, and then I got confused, hurt myself, paralyzed, and all that stuff, and I decided to swap. I swapped into Sprout, thinking that I might be able to kill it with a few Vine Whips, and I was really close, but then I got fully paralyzed, so I couldn't. I had to end it with my own Magnemite. Alright, time to fight Morty, the 4th gym leader of the Johto region. I led off with my Drowsy against his Ghastly, and we destroyed that Ghastly plus his Haunter that came out afterwards. That did set up a curse, but we were fine. We just switched out afterwards because he was sending in Gengar, in which I just sent in Fearow and then just spammed Leer while he tried to Sucker Punch me, and then eventually I killed him with a Pursuit and an Aerial Ace after I think 1 Leer. After that, we simply just beat the last Haunter with... I tried using Megalo for that, but it didn't go well, so I just sent in Brittany. On the way to Xian, where I decided to stop by and catch myself a Tentacruel, named it Moxie. See, it has a Modest Nature, which is excellent. And I wanted a level 29 one so it would have Water Pulse, but I don't mind level 25 with Acid, Toxic Spikes, Bubble Beam, and Wrap. Especially since it took me this long to get a level 25 one. I did catch a few others, but this level 18 one doesn't even have Bubble Beam. This one doesn't have any. This one, no. This one, I'd rather just use the Tentacruel. So, not bad. I'll take this. Tentacruel is one of my favorite Pokemon after all. I know we just had a gym battle, but there's another one next, Chuck, in which I lead with my Tentacruel against his Primeape to try and just Bubble Beam him down, and Bubble Beam did okay damage, but then they switched to Poliwrath, which had Water Absorb, so it was immune. Then Poliwrath started being really annoying. I tried to whittle it down with Tentacruel a little bit before letting Tentacruel go down, but he put Tentacruel to sleep, so I decided to just switch But turns out he has Body Slam, so when I switched to Sprout, Sprout got hit really hard. I let Sprout faint, then I switched in Megalo, since he would be trying for Focus Punch, and then I just break it with Thunder Shock. But then he put Megalo to sleep. Then he went for Focus Punch as I switched to Kenya, and Kenya got crushed. And in the end, I had to use Teacher, Hypnosis to Poliwrath, and then Confusion it down, even when I misclicked Hypnosis by accident. Same with Primate. He double teamed, but thankfully it didn't make us miss. Alright guys, I have a little bit of a problem right now. I really want to teach something Fly, because I don't want to surf all the way back to Olivine. But my PC has nothing that can learn Fly, and in my party, all that can learn Fly is Kenya. So I think I'm going to have to teach Fly to Kenya. And I think what I'm going to do, the rule is, I'm banning myself from using Fly. So basically Kenya only has 3 moves. Fury, alright, goodbye Fury Attack. I'm not going to say anything. Alright, I found a new member of the team who I think I'm going to be keeping for the rest of the run. A quirky nature, Flash Fire, Vulpix that has Will-O-Wisp, Confuse Ray, Imprison, and Flamethrower. Flamethrower! That is amazing! Will-O-Wisp and Confuse Ray aren't bad either. I also caught a Steelix because I found one. I remember that it only really had rock moves while I was looking up last night, and I was right. It only really has these. I don't think we're going to be using this at all. It also has a quirky nature. That's fun. The Rocket Hideout makes for some decent place to get some levels on some of our Pokemon. And I will say, Megalo is about to evolve soon. So that, hopefully, we get that done soon. Jasmine was an easy sweep. Her Steelix did survive a Flamethrower, but all it did was Screech, so that was fine. We're truly on a boss rush right now. Up next, we have to fight Price. Megalo is the lead, and we have Seal on his side. We just Thunder Shock him twice. It goes down. And then we send in Brittany to try and chip Piloswine down because I don't really have anything perfect for Piloswine. We do get quite lucky with a couple flinches and the Blizzard missing, but eventually he takes us down. Thanks to Price healing it with a Hyper Potion. But then by that point, it was weakened enough that Moxie can face it off. And turns out he has Mud Bomb instead of Earthquake, meaning that Moxie is probably fine. Then came in Dewgong, which stalled us for a long time. I initially tried to use Gamma, but I forgot that Dewgong could get Dick Fat ability, so it took Flamethrowers incredibly well, and then just kept resting back up. And turns out he's running a Rest Talk set. In the end, I had to switch over to Teacher to try and confuse it, put it to sleep with my own Hypnosis, and eventually take Dewgong down. With the Team Rocket takeover of Radio Tower was actually a pretty decent place for it to grind some levels, especially on Teacher because there's a lot of poison types around. So Teacher definitely got a lot of levels there. Also, I used Gamma to beat some Magnemites. Time for the only true challenge during the Rocket takeover of Radio Tower. Alright, Cryptic decides to lead with a Golbat. And then my Brittany just Hyper Fangs it a few times. Okay, then he's added a Magnemite with Gamma one-shots. Okay, well, next up, we send in a Haunter, which we end up completely destroying with Megalo. Okay, next up is his Quilava. Moxie almost doesn't even care. It died. Okay, his final Pokemon is the one that's gonna pose a threat. It's Sneasel that Gamma burns with Flamethrower and completely crushes. Well, at least we know that Gamma's been doing pretty well recently. Now, I did say that Cryptic was the only real challenge, but in reality, we actually lost our first attempt against Archer. I wasn't fully healed, and his Houndoom absolutely destroyed us. I spent a long time grinding here, and while I was grinding, I was on call with Flamethrower talking about all kinds of nonsense right there.
You have a huge cupboard on your desk? What the
Despite me grinding up a lot, I still struggle with Claire. We routinely lost to her quite a few times. We got close, like taking Kingdra to half health, but we never could fully bring Kingdra down, and the Dragonairs were always just problematic. It was hard. During the winning attempt though, I had Magneton out against Gyarados, obviously, and I Thundershocked the Gyarados, and I usually she would switch to Dragonair, the one with Fire Blast, but instead she stayed in and Dragon Breaked again, so my Supersonic hit Gyarados and it did hit itself, so Mag went down. Kenya was able to finish Gyarados off with an Aerial Ace, but then came in a Dragonair, and I decided to switch over to Gan. I tried Ice Punch and it did do quite a lot of damage, so that was nice. It Thunder Waved me and then went for 2 Fire Blasts to take Gan down though, so that's not great. I made the mistake of sending in Moxie and Acid didn't kill, so we had to go for a chip fight against Dragonair, and it was very annoying. But Moxie eventually pulled through with some nice crits. The next Dragonair, Moxie was able to get another big crit and then went down. I sent in Gamma because Gamma was able to stall the Dragonair out with Will-O-Wisp and Confuse Ray, so that was pretty good. Then came Kingdra. At level 40, Gamma could finally outspeed Kingdra, so I Confuse Rayed it. Then well, we were stalling it for quite a bit. We got Confused by Will-O-Wisp, and I switched out into Hypno to try and just tank through it. But then eventually I decided to try Disable despite being smokescreened, and it actually worked. I disabled Hydro Pump, which mattered a lot. Hypno went down, but that was fine. I was able to send in Kenya and Aerial Ace it down a bunch. And because we got a crit, even after she healed, we were fine. And then after that, Kingdra went down.
I got completely destroyed by the Kimono Ghost Jolteon. Well, and also the Espeon. But the Espeon I'm able to beat, but then I just died to the Jolteon. So I think we might actually put Tombstone on because I don't think I can touch Tombstone. My goodness. I lost twice to that thing. Time for the most epic final battle against Cryptic ever. And he leads out with his Sneasel, which I think we know how that goes by this point. Yeah, he didn't stand a chance. His Golbat couldn't touch Megalo. He even flinched me and he still did next to nothing. His Typhlosion just got crushed by my Moxie, which was faster. His Kadabra just got bodied by my Kenya. And yes, I know Kenya has Pursuit, but Aerial still does more. And then after that, his Magneton just got one-shot by Gamma, who we know is really good. And finally, his final Pokemon just lost to Kenya because it decided to cut its health in half. Here are our final stats going into the Elite Four. Here we have Teacher here. Tanky on the special side, can't take physical hits, deals a bit of damage, and not the worst speed in the world. Hypnosis and Confusion is going to be our main strategy. And also Insomnia if we need it. We have Megalo here with Thundershock, and we're not allowed to use Flash actually. Supersonic as well, very powerful, and has a useful typing for Resist. We have Gamma here, raw power with Flamethrower and can stall with Confusion and Will-O-Wisp. Fast, strong, and can be tanky, and also Flash Fire to switch it on fire moves. We have Moxie here, Modest Nature is perfect. Fast, can tank special hits very well, not too weak. Decent water moves, Toxic Spikes if we want to use it. We haven't used Toxic Spikes at all. Kenya here, very good nature, strong Aerial Ace, and is fast, and Aerial Ace is going to be useful for things that are weak to physical, thing that we really need a physical attacker on the team. And finally we have Gan. Never Melt Ice to boost our ice moves, as well as very fast and strong. And probably going to be necessary for Lance, like I said earlier in the video. Alright guys, do you think we're ready? Let me know in the comment section. Guess, and we'll see whether we can beat this game with this squad. Will wasn't too difficult. His first Zatu and Jinx went down very easily to Megalo and Gamma. And I tried to use Megalo for Slowbro, but the Slowbro was a massive threat. Thundershock was a 3-hit KO, and it amnesia'd. And then started using Curse. I got very scared, but in the end it just Water Pulsed. So all that setup just for a little bit of Water Pulse damage. So Slowbro went down, definitely scared me though. Then his final Zatu was actually really got a lot of damage off on the team. It took down Jinx that I tried to use against it, so I sent in Megalo, but then Megalo went down to two Psychics and couldn't finish Zatu off with Thundershock. So I had to use Kenya. Overall it was an easy battle though. Now against Koga, against his Ariados, I just simply went for 2 Aerial Aces with Kenya, but we took a lot of damage from Poison Jab. Then we had this really stupid battle with Mud. First off, Hypnosis missed a lot, and so did his Gunk Shots.
But eventually, Hypno went down because Muk landed a gunk shot. We couldn't do enough damage. Then I sent in Magneton, and that's when it got stupid. Just look at the screen. Look at the screen. We are missing Thunder Shocks, Supersonics, and Sonic Boom like crazy, and he has nothing to touch me. The fact that he has a Black Sludge is the reason that he lasted so long against us. If it wasn't for the Black Sludge, we would have been fine. Eventually, I switched out to Moxie, and then, for whatever reason, Moxie got off a special defense draw with Acid, and then Bubble Beam Muk down. I was trying to PP stall him there, but it turns out we were fine. We landed 3 Bubble Beams in a row. Then after that, the battle was easy. Gamma beat down Venomoth and Fortress, and then Gan beat down the Crobat. Bruno was a little bit tricky. His Hitmontop speed tied with our Hypno, so it was a bit of a mess with him going for, especially with him going for Dig. But eventually, Hitmontop went down. Hitmonchan I thought would go down to a single airlift, but it actually survived and managed to take Kenya out, which is not good. I finished it with Gamma, but Gamma's running somewhat low on flamethrowers. Then he sent in Machamp, and I decided to use Hypno to try stalling him, and Hypno tanked for a long time. We were about to go down, but we landed 3 Hypnosises in a row, and then spammed Confusion non-stop. Eventually we went down, but it was enough that we could finish it off with Gamma. Then finally Hitmonlee. Took a little while, but we were able to beat it. We got completely crushed by Karen. Nasty Plat Houndoom completely destroyed our team. I need a new strategy. Okay, this battle took a solid like 10 tries, I want to say a bit more. Now, I had Gamma just completely stall the Umbreon out. Took forever, as usual, but we beat the Umbreon. Then when Houndoom came out, I sent in Moxie, Bubble Beamed it. We didn't get the speed drop, but we were able to get 2 of them off. The Citrus Berry that I gave Moxie was completely unnecessary. I got those Citrus Berries a long time ago, by the way. But now it was weakened enough that I could finally send in Kenya and aerialize it down safely. Vileplume was easy to deal with Kenya. Oh wait, not Vileplume yet. Gengar first. Okay, Gengar. We had to play very carefully around Destiny Bond, Spite, and all that stuff. We lost a lot of power points, but eventually Gengar went down. Like I said, Vileplume went down easily. And then Murkrow, we just dealt with it with Megalo. So that battle looks kind of easy there, but it took a long time to get it right because Gengar and Houndoom were so scary. Alright guys, here's a montage of me losing to Lance over and over. Each time, I lose because of some really bad luck. And it's so annoying. Eventually I gave up and went to grind. Alright guys, this Lance battle took, like, I want to say 30 tries even after grinding. But my god, okay, so against Gyarados, he goes for Waterfall, I Thunder Shock, he heals, I Thunder Shock, he flails, I heal, and Thunder Shock, he goes down. Then comes in Charizard, we do the usual with Moxie, and then it goes down. Aerodactyl comes in, and it gets a little bit interesting here. Against Aerodactyl, Hypno got completely destroyed, but then Moxie got off a Bubble Beam, but then couldn't withstand Aerodactyl. But then Gan avoided the attack and was able to Powder Snow Aerodactyl down. So that was amazing. Also, a Dragonite went down to Powder Snow earlier, and this one, it killed Gan with Outrage. So I sent in Gamma to do a little bit of stalling because I didn't want to use Kenya there, and it actually worked. Dragonite went down because it went for Hyper Beam, so Lance couldn't heal. Then for the final one, we stalled it. We got so lucky with it Confusion hitting, and we killed that Dragonite. We didn't even use Kenya in that battle. That was hard. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That run at the start was pretty easy, pretty fun. Definitely very fun to research. I had a great time, guys. And this was my first challenge that I ever did on YouTube. I beat Pokemon Insurgents with only trade Pokemon, but the trade Pokemon in Insurgents are ripped. So that wasn't hard at all. This actually had some challenges towards the end. Let me tell you, that was difficult there. That Lance battle and the Karen battle, those were difficult. But I must say, I'm proud to do this. I'm happy, and I'm glad I managed to do this by now. It's my mother's birthday today, and I want to go celebrate with her. And I managed to complete this video in time. And I'm really happy about that. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Soulsilver is one of my favorite Pokemon games ever. Probably my favorite main series game. And I will say, man, the MVP of this run is definitely Gamma. Look at that, Gamma over there. Gamma's definitely the MVP of this run. Gamma was
Flamethrower is so powerful. Will-O-Wisp and Confuse Ray is great. And even Imprison helped us against Karen's Umbreon. So guys, there's the squad that we won with. Shout out to the other guys who supported us. Break 2.0, forgot to get Break 3.0. We also have Brittany. We have just salute to all of those. Now guys, let me know if you guys want to see me do the challenges. And again, this one took a long time to make. I think it took 14 hours altogether. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. Leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you want to see me do in the future. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.